Hi, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to Power of Knowing Forum and Executive Forum podcast, a LinkedIn live podcast, also streaming live to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Today, we have the honor of having Ruchi Rathod, founder of Raise Money, fintech investor, and visionary. Ruchi brings with him her wealth of knowledge and experience in fintech domain. Throughout her career, Ruchi has demonstrated a passion to technology and global infrastructure on payment systems in particular. Today, Ruchi will be sharing insights on Beyond Boss, becoming a mentor, the empathetic leader's journey. We are excited to learn from her expertise and engage in a meaningful discussion. Without further ado, please join me to welcome Ruchi to our 77th podcast on LinkedIn Live. Good evening, ma'am. Welcome to the show, Ruchi.
Hi, hello.
How are you, ma'am? Uh,
I'm good. I'm good. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
okay. Welcome to the show, madam. Without further ado, madam, what inspired you to embark on the journey from being a boss to becoming a mentor and an empathetic leader?
Okay, so I was born in a lower middle class family in Agra, and Agra is a small city. My father was a clerk, my mother was a teacher, and I've seen the complexities of the class of people who are working, as and this is service class actually, who are working under leaders, and the way these leaders behave with this class, with the employees, with the workers. And at that time itself, there was there were things, okay, can you just right, okay. So at that time itself, I understood that being a leader is not just being a boss, it being a leader is being very, very empathetic and to actually support your people. And in this journey of supporting people, I've even faced problems in my life. I've faced problems wherein my own people, whom I trusted, whom I supported, have turned against me. But then that's part of life. And my journey was inspired by recognizing that there is untapped potential in everybody. And if I support them, the kind of support that I didn't get when I wanted to move forward, then if I support them, then I realized that by transitioning from a traditional boss who's dictating everyone, if I just support and I become an empathetic mentor, then I can actually create a more productive work environment, and where individuals will feel valued, will feel motivated to reach their full potential. And there I thought that, okay, what I didn't get when I wanted to move forward in my life, it's better that I give that environment, that support to people who have the potential but don't have the infrastructure. And I meant, if my experience actually helps them in mentoring them and moving forward, then that will be the greatest accomplishment of my life.
Uh, Madam, what are some of the most significant challenges you faced transitioning from a traditional leadership role to one focusing on mentorship, empathy, and how have you overcome them?
See, normally when there is a boss, this is a very interesting question actually. The challenge is not within myself, the challenge is from the people who come and communicate with me. So, normally when there are employees and normally when there are people who are working under you, if they join you, your organization, they expect that the leader or the founder or the owner will be very self centered, will be very bossy, they'll be dictating you. So the biggest challenge was shifting from that directive leadership where everybody is expecting that you will be the kind of bossy person who's not talking to everybody, who's not having that empathy. So just making them understand that I am the leader who's supporting you, who's standing with you, who is there whenever you are facing any problem, and who is there with a leadership style which is not centered only on himself or his company, but a leader which actually wants to mentor you, a leader which actually wants you to progress, a leader which is standing for your empowerment. So that is a challenge that actually every leader faces, because everybody who joins you initially thinks that बॉस तो ऐसा ही होगा, बॉस का सुनना पड़ेगा. But then building trust and rapport through open communication, and then letting people know that you are there for them, you are a team, they are a part of this team, and we all have a common goal, and we'll understand each other, and we have active listening, and we have patience. वो सबसे ज्यादा important था. So these challenges even now I face, that okay, if I'm employing a new team, then I'll have to make them understand that, see, if you're having any problem, come to me, I'm there with you, and I will listen to you, and I will invest time in understanding your problems, and I will make sure that your aspirations are my aspirations.
We have some of the audience joining. You want to take questions now, or you will finish our
No,
point of?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'll finish the questions and then we will go to the question and answers.
Yeah.
Okay. In your opinion, what kind of characteristics of an empathetic leader and how you embody these qualities in a day-to-day interactions with your team?
Okay, so I'll go for four different things over here. Number one, active listening. You have to be very patient while listening to your team. And when it comes to team, from the CEO of your company to the peon of your company, to the any level, anybody, if you have open communication with them, if you listen to them, they can actually give you ideas out of the box. If they understand that their words will be valued, if they understand that okay, everything will be fine at the end, and their boss will not judge them, their leader will not judge them on the views that they are giving, on the feedback that they are giving, they feel empowered. And when they feel empowered, they always come out with good ideas, better ideas. Number two, if you have that emotional intelligence where you are empathetic, when you can put yourself in the other person's shoes, when you can understand that if somebody is behaving like this, what may be the reason behind that behavior, when you understand that okay, if the performance is not the kind that it was maybe 1 month ago, then you have to understand what may be the reason, क्यों नहीं अभी हो पा रहा है, पहले क्यों कर पा रहा था. तो regulating your own emotional responses, and then understanding the emotions of others, that's the second thing that is required. The third thing which I feel is that a regular communication, when you are a leader of a company or of a group, then regular communication is very important. You cannot be like that, okay, 6 महीने में एक बार बात कर ली. No, you have to be there for your team members. You can hold meetings, regular meetings once in a week. You can offer support to them during challenging times by just talking to them. It's not only financial support, it's moral support also. उनके सक्सेसेस को सेलिब्रेट करके, उनके प्रॉब्लम्स में उनका साथ देके. So that is the third thing, you have to communicate regularly. The fourth thing I think is you have to lead by example. You have to model the behavior you want from them. If you want them to be very hardworking, then you have to be hardworking. If you want them to come out with ideas, you have to give them ideas. If you want them to have a proper behavior, in the office, morality, integrity, then you have to keep that morality and integrity. If you want your team to be respectful towards you, then you have to be respectful towards them. So that is also one important thing. And then I think this one is more very important. You have to create a safe space for your people, open dialogue, and sharing their ideas, sharing their concerns, giving you constructive feedback without the fear of judgment. So I think if you practice all these things, active listening, emotional intelligence, and leading by example, and creating a safe space for your people, then I think you can get towards the goal that you want to be. You can actually mentor them.
Thank you for
Hello.
that, ma'am. Can you recall a specific instance where your mentorship had a profound impact on some personal or professional development where did you learn from them, and what is your experience on that?
Yes, so I'll just give you a very small example, but that small example has played a very important role in somebody else's life. So, 2 years ago, I employed somebody, a girl called Geeta, and she's a very important example for me actually. This was a
Okay.
fresher, just graduated from college, came to us just like a fresher. She knew nothing. She knew nothing about marketing. She knew nothing about LinkedIn. She was a total fresher. And I started training her. It was a whole batch. I started training the batch. And this girl was very passionate about the things that she was learning: digital marketing, LinkedIn, personal branding, and all that. So we have a company policy where we give training sessions through various different influencers and marketing managers and digital marketing gurus to the team. So we have sessions maybe once in 3 months, a proper week of sessions. So this team grew up, they learned, there were around 10 members, they were all learning. Then last year we had a trip to somewhere. I don't remember. It was in Sikkim, I think, somewhere. Gangtok, yeah. So we went to Gangtok and we had a holiday, a vacation actually of around 5 days. In these 5 days, I was able to actually see everybody's behavior, see everybody. I was able to personally connect to them, and I saw that Geeta had a potential where she can actually be a leader herself and she can lead the whole team. I called her in my room. I said, Geeta, do you want to lead the team? Do you want to be a leader? You want to improve your skills from just working on things, rather getting things work from your team? And she was like, yes ma'am, I'll try. तो मैंने क्या किया, पूरा टीम को उसके नीचे डाल दिया, एंड शी started making marketing plans for them. She started taking care of everything.
Okay.
And this is just 8 months ago. In these 8 months, this girl developed herself into a leader, into a marketing guru. Her LinkedIn has more than 200,000 followers, and she got a offer from Amazon to be, in their team. And then she told me, "Ma'am, I have received an offer, but आपसे बात नहीं होगी तो नहीं जाऊंगी." I said, "Gavita, I love when people trained by me or have been mentored by me get these kind of successes and these kind of things, and you are free to move forward in your life." मेरा काम सिखाना था, मैंने सिखाया, तुमने 2 साल में सीखा. You have proven yourself. You've been a leader over here and be a leader in the other organization as well. तो फिर उसने बोला कि और लेकिन मेरा मन करे वापस आने का. मैंने कहा ऑलवेज द डोर्स आर ऑलवेज ओपन. नहीं अच्छा लगे वापस आ जाना. And today she is in Amazon. I'm so very happy for the growth of every of my child which is coming and joining my company and then progressing way forward. So इस I don't know how many people have joined, but ये जो जिन लोगों ने join भी किया है, इसमें तो बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जिनको मैंने बिल्कुल प्रेशर लिया था, बिल्कुल ज़ीरो से सिखाया. एंड टुडे दे हैव ग्रोन अप, दे हैव, सम ऑफ देम हैव देयर ओन कंपनी, सम ऑफ देम आर वर्किंग इन अदर कंपनीज एज़ वेल, and they are the testament to whatever significance I've significant role I've played in these lives. And I'm so very happy जब ये progress करते हैं, and I want that you progress. आप ट्रांसपेरेंट रहो, आप सच बोलो, आप खुल के बोलो, आप सच्ची बात बताओ, एंड आई एम हियर टू सपोर्ट यू. आप झूठ बोल के नहीं चीजें करो, आप सच बोल के करो. आई एम ऑलवेज देयर टू सपोर्ट यू.
सच बोलने से आधा काम हो जाता है मैडम.
बस एग्जैक्टली.
You don't need to have anybody. See, when you tell lies, you'll have to cover up that on a very large scale, right? So वो cover up के लिए चार और झूठ बोलना पड़ता है, and that becomes a chain of issues, and we get into trouble there. So being open with your boss is very important. You are right in saying that. What I also felt was you'll have to be clear, concise on what you are telling and what is the expectations that you have been given. So if you match the expectation, half of the problem what I've seen, Ruchi, is you will find people not getting their expectations set properly. That is the bigger problem I feel from a management guy. This is what I feel. Ruchi, your thoughts on it?
You know what? I have worked last 25 years that I've worked in the payments industry, and because this industry is such कि यहाँ पे कि it's a financial industry, तो बहुत trust और transparency का बहुत value होता है.
हाँ.
And trust me, Prem, there have been at least 25 people up till now. You know, every year one person जिसको मैंने खुद ट्रेन किया, जिसको मैंने खुद बनाया. आई हैव फ्रॉम जीरो टिल द एंड आई हैव ट्रेन देम ऑन एवरीथिंग एंड दे stole my software, they stole my data, they went with that software and data and created their own companies in stealth. At present also there are 4 5 people जिनके साथ में मेरा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट चल रहा है just because my own employees went with them, stole the software, gave it to them and then चोरी से कंपनीज बना के और चीजें कर रहे हैं. बट देन यहीं पे ऑनेस्टी का, यहीं पे इंटीग्रिटी का वैल्यू है. अभी रिसेंटली एक ऐसा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हुआ. अब कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सॉल्व कैसे होते हैं दैट आई विल टेल यू. सी दिस हैपेंस, आई अंडरस्टैंड. ह्यूमन माइंड है, कई बार चीजें खराब हो जाती हैं आपके दिमाग में. इमोशनली आपको जल्दी पैसे कमाने हैं, आपको जल्दी से सब कुछ करना है. यू डोंट इवन थिंक ट्वाइस व्हाट यू आर डूइंग इज रॉन्ग. But then जब ऐसी चीजें हो, so the best thing is why don't you talk honestly? Why don't you come over here? You tell me that this has happened and this is something wrong which I have done, and we'll find out a solution. But and this happened, recently. I tell you another story. So there was an employee working in my own company. Now this employee went and opened his own company. He contacted my tech team and got the software from there. He got all the employees from my company. He first of all got my HR employed in his company, and this HR contacted the employees of my company, and some of them left and they joined his company. So the whole company was from ex Payomatics employees. And then one day I got to know everything that the software was also mine. Everything has been the software where I've spent crores. I have spent 4 years in developing it. वहाँ पे एक महीने में वो सारी चीजें launch हो गई. So I just called that person. मैंने कहा कि उनका जो भी नाम था, मैंने उनको बोला कि सर आप मतलब जो करना था आप सीधा बोलते, मिल के बात करते. इफ यू वांटेड सपोर्ट आई कुड हैव सपोर्टेड यू. पर ये जो आप चोरी से कर रहे हैं, ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता कि ये नहीं खुले. तो उन्होंने किसी का नाम लिया. सी दिस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी. उन्होंने किसी का नाम लिया, बोले कि ये है आपके वहाँ पे कंपनी में एंड दिस पर्सन इज गिविंग आउट ऑल द डेटा एंड एवरीथिंग टू मी. एक रिएक्शन ये हो सकता था कि आई वुड हैव सैक द पर्सन डायरेक्टली कि भाई यू आर द पर्सन हु इज डूइंग दैट. But I didn't do that. Next day, I called that person. I had a conversation with him or her. और मैंने बात कही. मैंने कहा अगर ऐसा है तो तुम मुझे बताओ, because if you want to do it, let's do it very transparently. I'll support you. I'll give you the software. I'll give you the data. I'll myself help you out in everything. If there is something which you want to do, if you want to progress in life doing that, then I'm there for you. But don't do it like this. ये तो तुम्हारे लिए भी परेशानी है. तुम भी डर डर के वही चीज काम कर रहे हो. अगर करना है आप खुल के करो. आई विल सपोर्ट यू. And you won't believe, in next 1 month this person comes to me and he says that ma'am, I really want to grow now and I want your support in this, and this is my plan, and would you be able to support me in this plan? And both of us are working together now. He is planning to open his own company and I'm supporting him with all the infrastructure, all the data, all the training, all the software, and the things are have resolved amicably without any problems. तो जब इस तरीके से चीजें रिजॉल्व होती है ना, when there is a constructive feedback, when there's honesty, when there's empathy. See, I also understand that you don't want to work for 2 lakhs per month for your whole life. You want to grow, you want to move forward, but then come to me directly, talk to me, and I'll support you. चोरी मत करो बस. That's it.
Okay. Very lengthy pointers there, Ruchi. Good ones. But madam, how do you, now you said on difficult conversations? Now you approach that difficult conversations also to a bit. What is the way we can maintain? empathy and foster growth. You've touched that point also to an extent,
Yes.
Ruchi.
So that is
Yeah.
my
So
mantra.
if you are empathetic,
I just encourage open dialogue. The first thing is open dialogue. Don't just sit and dishonestly do things, steal things, tell lies. You come to me, you have an open dialogue. I'm there to support you. I'm there to provide you constructive feedback. I'm there to offer you support to facilitate your growth. I'm there for resolutions. The ultimate goal is to turn conflicts into opportunities, right? Whatever conflict is there, it can be turned into an opportunity for learning, for strengthening relationships. But then you will have to be very clear about it. Don't steal, don't be dishonest. Come to us, we'll have a open dialogue. And every leader should actually encourage this open dialogue thing. Open communication is very important. People should not fear talking to you about their plans, about their emotions, about their problems. And if you're working together to solve those problems, I think everything can be resolved.
wonderful, madam. Uh, my what are the strategies do you employ to build trust and meaningful connections with your team, especially remote and hybrid work? Now you've touched on people who are there with you and stuff. Now with the COVID and after COVID effects is that many people work from home, and we don't have a control on many aspects, but on the technology side we can have a kind of access that we can provide. But how do we empathetically connect to teams who are working on hybrid environments and completely remote environments,
So for
Ruchi?
me, I have been into international business from last 20 years, and for me, remote environment is not new. I've been working myself also remotely with my partners, my people, and my whole teams are there. In UK, in Philippines, in Africa, US, Canada, everywhere, and I have to actually handle all the time zones also. So I have
Okay.
actually devised a simple mechanism that first of all, I'll have a conversation with all my remote teams once in a day. Whether it's just 10 minutes or 15 minutes, bilkul hello, hi, Uday, yeah, everything is fine. Are you facing any problems? If you're, regular check-ins are there. We just schedule team meetings every week, and we discuss both work related matters and even personal well-being. तो अगर ठीक है किसी का अगर personal problem है, family में problem है, we allow holidays, we even give paid holidays to our people where when we feel कि इसको ज़रूरत है. So that actually fosters a sense of connection and support, and people understand कि हाँ, we are being supported, and we are, and they feel they are a part of the company. The other thing is, second thing is that you need to again have a transparent communication. देखिए जब हम face to face होते हैं, when we are having physical offices, तब हम face पढ़ सकते हैं, body language पढ़ते हैं, we understand each other. हम हमें हमारे emotions दिख जाते हैं, हमारे moods दिख जाते हैं. But when we are working remotely, nobody's seeing you. Everybody is just seeing your work, your messages on Skype, on Slack, everywhere, your emails. So in that, transparent communication is a must. We need to keep our team members informed about our goals, our expectations, our changes if there are any within the organization, and that actually promotes trust and clarity. The other thing that I do is a virtual team building activities. तो जैसे जो physical team होती है office में, तो they organize Fun Friday, and in these Fun Fridays the remote teams are also included on screens. तो हम social events करते हैं, team challenges करते हैं, we have online workshops which facilitate bonding actually. तो वो सारे remote team members के साथ भी होते हैं. Another thing is recognition. A recognition and appreciation of employees, they go a long way. So if you are acknowledging and
Yeah.
celebrating their achievements, their milestones, their contributions, you are showing gratitude towards your employees. You are saying thank you to your employees. Then you are reinforcing a positive work culture. That also works for remote. क्योंकि घर में रह रहे हो आप, और कोई मतलब encouragement नहीं है, बिल्कुल वही रूटीन लाइफ है. तो अगर एक छोटा सा भी दिन भर में एक पॉजिटिविटी मिलती है कि जस्ट बाय शोइंग ग्रैटिट्यूड, जस्ट बाय रेनफोर्सिंग दिस पॉजिटिव वर्क कल्चर, तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा फायदा करता है आपकी कंपनी को एज अ होल. And then you need to foster a sense of belonging. That's very important, because if your employee doesn't feel that he is a part of you and your company, तो फिर वो उतने अच्छे से काम नहीं करेगा. सो यू हैव टू एनकरेज इंक्लूसिविटी. You have to respect the diversity. See, I'm having teams from England and from Africa. I mean, totally different.
Okay.
I'm having teams from Asia, from Philippines, from China, and then I'm having teams from Canada, from Europe. So there is a typical diversity in the team. But trust me, everybody is talking to each other in the most profound manner. There's no problem. They are all inclusive. कोई caste, color, creed, language, country का difference नहीं होता है. And we create equal opportunity for every team member. तो ये जो मतलब सेंस ऑफ बिलोंगिंग होता है कि चाहे हम कहीं भी बैठे हैं, किसी भी कंट्री में है, कोई भी लैंग्वेज बोल रहे हैं, बट वी आर ऑल वन. वी हैव कॉमन गोल. वी आर वर्किंग टुवर्ड्स वन single thing. That actually makes leaders.
आपने you touched upon a very important point, Ruchi, is that uh, you have to recognize
Yes.
people. Choti see hi, hello, that also does matter. This I've learned over my same years of experience as you. 25 years I've been in the industry. So the same pointer is you keep them engaged, you appreciate them on small tasks. It goes a long way.
Right.
Okay. Now coming back to that pointer, now it becomes very crucial for us to uh, measure your mentorship and leadership initiatives. Is there any specific metrics or indicators you rely on? Shruti? Because we are talking about remote, we are talking about hybrid, we are talking office again. So how is that we can have effective metrics for all of them for measuring success is what I wanted to understand from a mentorship standpoint.
So, okay. So metrics as a special तो कुछ नहीं है, but I'll tell you something that I always see. So people who leave me maybe किसी भी कारण से शायद उनको सैलरी ज़्यादा मिली होगी या उनके दिमाग में किसी और ने कुछ भरा होगा या whatever. So they leave,
Hmm.
they give a resignation, they go to some other company, and in next 6 to 7 months,
Hmm.
I get a message from them, ma'am, I want to rejoin. So that
Okay.
a very specific metric that everybody who goes comes back to me. It's I myself saying to
Hmm.
them that, see, now I don't think we should work together because you have started your own company, or maybe you were working in some other company which is a direct competitor. So it's not feasible for me to have you back. And I wish you all the best. So
Okay.
ये एक चीज होती है. So secondly,
Yeah.
employee retention and uh, the kind of feedback that they are giving. So my team, if you will talk to my team and you आप पीछे से बात करिए, आप कहीं और से बात करिए, आप so the respect they have, the kind of words the trust they have on myself. उन्हें पता है कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होगा, मैम डांट देंगी अगर कुछ गलत होगा तो वो उठा के बोलेंगी, समझाएंगी कि ऐसे नहीं ऐसे होना चाहिए. बट देन 15 मिनट बाद वही मैडम के साथ में आप बैठ के चाय पी रहे होगे, आप बातें कर रहे होगे. सो दैट पर्सनल थिंग इज अ डिफरेंट मेजर. और वो जो प्रोफेशनल होता है वो डिफरेंट होता है. तो उसकी वजह से वो जो ट्रस्ट डेवलप होता है दैट एक्चुअली कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट्स टू एम्प्लॉय रिटेंशन ऑल्सो. आई हैव पीपल जिन्होंने किसी रीजन से कभी कुछ बात अच्छी नहीं लगी हुई समथिंग, तो सोचा होगा कि okay, I'll resign. I'll just go to some other company. I have a good offer. और फिर 3 दिन में आके बोलते हैं, 3 दिन खुद ही अब मैंने पूछा नहीं, मुझे पता भी नहीं है. मैडम मैंने ना सोचा था कि आई जस्ट जॉइन सम अदर कंपनी, लेकिन मेरा मन नहीं कर रहा अंदर से. सो आई बी हियर ओनली. आई जस्ट वांटेड टू ताकि
I,
आपको पता रहे. तो वो जो गोल.
I I take your point there because it is not always about money that comes in. See, money definitely is equivalent to oxygen. I definitely agree on that. But कुछ लोगों को satisfaction के साथ मनी
एग्जैक्टली
चाहिए.
एग्जैक्टली.
That that is, see, you many people what I've seen or मेरे experiences in my team management में क्या है कि people have gone for money and they've realized money is not everything, but it is required to a stage, and they have got stuck in their respective roles. They have not grown beyond that role because उसके आगे उनका ट्रेनिंग ही नहीं है. और ये मोड करने के लिए यू डोंट हैव अ मोल्डिंग स्ट्रक्चर और अ गाइड हु कैन मेंटर. वो चैलेंज में आके फंस जाते हैं. दैट इज वेयर you see people are stuck in, but they are earning good, but they are not growing as a person. What do you say, Ruchi, on that?
For me, actually, the growth of a person is not only financial growth. Prem, I'll very clearly tell you, I have never focused on money. I believe that money is
Mm,
always a byproduct of the other qualities that you're having. And when I'm talking about other qualities, they are honesty, your hard work, your passion, your integrity. I work with my partners and I've been working with them for last 10, 12 years. And I've made a place in the industry for me. People trust my word because I have मैंने
mm,
वो पैदा किया है वो विश्वास मैंने वो सच्चाई पैदा करी है आई हैव नेवर लाइड ऑन थिंग्स आई हैव नेवर डन थिंग्स कि किसी को हार्म करने के लिए कुछ किया हो इनफैक्ट उन लोगों के साथ भी जिन्होंने मुझे हार्म करने की कोशिश करी उनके साथ भी नहीं बट हमेशा सच्चाई पे बात करिए एंड दैट्स द काइंड ऑफ ट्रस्ट लेवल जो कि मैंने खुद से अपनी मेहनत से बना के तैयार किया सो व्हेन इट कम्स टू ग्रोथ आई थिंक दैट इट्स नॉट ओनली अबाउट मनी पैसा तो आ ही जाएगा but if you are having developmental milestones if you're tracking your achievement milestones every year if you are better than the year before then that is growth आप सोचो कि हथेली पे सरसों उगानी है वो नहीं उगती है आपको टाइम आई वट एवर आई एम टूडे इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ माई 25 years of hard work if you want to achieve that in 5 months it's not possible whatever you do,
it is not.
you cannot do it और अगर आप करने की कोशिश करोगे कुछ भी गलत तरीके से तो वो चीजें खराब होंगी तो when you are developing step by step with your integrity with your honesty तो money is a byproduct and then आप satisfied होते हो खुद में देखिए हम सब कुछ किस लिए करते हैं एज ह्यूमंस वी आर डूइंग एवरीथिंग फॉर आवर हैप्पीनेस राइट हम खुशी के लिए करते हैं लेकिन अगर हम कुछ भी कर लें कुछ भी बन जाए कितना भी पैसा कमा लें अगर हमें अंदर से खुशी नहीं है इफ वी नो इन आवर कॉन्शियस कि जो कुछ हमने किया है वो गलत तरीके से किया है और उस वजह से अंदर से एंजाइटी है अंदर से खुशी नहीं है तो फिर उसको करके उसको पाके उसको अचीव करके फायदा क्या ये मेरा मेरा मानना है so for me growth and development is not only about money it's about your personal growth of your personal honesty your आपकी सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट वो सारी चीजें मैटर करती हैं
Perfect, madam. Uh, I have another pointer what I wanted to understand from you. As a leader committed to growth, how do you prioritize own learning and development? And how does this influence your leadership style?
सर ये मेरी टीम मुझसे ज़्यादा बेटर बता सकती है बिकॉज सी दे आर ऑल यंगस्टर्स 24 25 26 ऐसे उनका सीखने का समय है and most of the time I being 50 years old I am actually ahead of them whether it's tech whether it's digital marketing whether it's new softwares whether it's ai whether it's anything so I'm always learning
Hmm.
I'm always developing my skills every day मैंने एक वो बना लिया कि रात को सोने से पहले मुझे ये याद करना है कि आज मैंने नया क्या सीखा so I allocate time for continuous learning, continuous education through various avenues like workshops. I attend workshops and not only professional workshops, so even healing workshops like yoga workshops, NLP workshops. I attend courses, I read, I network with other professionals in my industry and in other industries also. उनके जो workshops हैं वो attend करना. So this is an ongoing learning journey and it actually enriches my knowledge. It expands my perspectives. It equips me with new skills, new strategies. And then this also actually influences my leadership style by fostering adaptability and openness to new ideas and a growth mindset as well. So I'm always learning, that's true.
Madam, you told about leadership, learning stuff, right?
Yeah.
How people in the current scenario don't give more importance to learning? How do we push them to learn? वो एक bigger challenge, the bigger problem currently
बहुत
is
बड़ा
the attention
प्रॉब्लम
time
है
span.
बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है I'll give you examples I have a group on Skype where all my team members are there
Mm.
so I
Okay.
normally sit at night and I'm reading things I'm learning new things so whenever I get something which I feel that this should be learned by the team also I just put the link over there on the Skype group and trust me that not even 10% of the members in this group open the link and see what's in there. And every meeting, I'm telling them that, see, whatever link I'm posting over there, if you read it, if you go through it, if you understand it, that will actually make you 1% better. And 1% better every day makes you 365% better at the end of the year. But then see again, if I have understood, you can take a horse to the water, but you cannot make him drink it, right? So what we can do is that on in all the team meetings, also when we are working with them one to one, we can actually cultivate self awareness in them. We can actually make them understand that, see, this is for your own good. If you upskill yourself, if you will be more strong, you will be able to reflect on your strengths and weaknesses, you will be able to reflect on your areas for growth, and then you will be able to be everybody's asking for appraisers in salaries, promotions, but then promotions and upgrades in salaries happen when you upskill yourself. So when you connect both the things, that, see, this is not a burden for you, this is actually a way to increase your strength, increase your growth, and then get what you want in terms of salaries and promotions and posts. तो आई थिंक दे अंडरस्टैंड दैट, और फिर वो थोड़ा थोड़ा पढ़ना शुरू करते हैं और अपस्किलिंग करना शुरू करते हैं. एंड आई सीन दिस एक्चुअली, पीपल हु आर पैशनेट टुवर्ड्स देयर ग्रोथ, वो करते हैं, वो पढ़ते हैं, वो अपग्रेड करते हैं अपने आप को.
Yes, madam. Next pointer that I want to understand, how what is your advice for leaders who want to transition from being a boss to an empathetic leader?
तो पहले तो आपको बॉस बनने का जो फील है वो निकालना होगा, दैट क्योंकि एवरी बॉस was had started somewhere, had seen all the ups and downs, has gone through that process. So you need to understand that all the other people who are working with you or under you or in your team, they are now starting. So what जो भी आपके experiences रहे हैं पिछले इतने सालों में, जब आज आप leader बने हो, those experiences will tell you where you needed help. और अगर आप उस जगह पे आप empathetic होते हैं, you understand that, okay, now the other person is going through the same problems, through the same struggles, right? And you understand their situation, तो फिर ऑटोमेटिकली आप बॉस से लीडर बन जाते हैं और एक अच्छे लीडर बन जाते हैं. So if you are a new leader, you first of all have to understand that leadership is not about bossiness. Leadership is actually about growing more leaders under you. So empower your team, listen to them actively, invest in your relationships with your team, build your trust, give mutual respect to each other, have genuine connections with people, and give them proper guidance and support. Offer mentorship and constructive feedback, and you will automatically become the best leader. Demonstrate your empathy, your compassion. That's it.
आपने जो अभी बताया, leader is not by title. So I had put a quote on LinkedIn saying that leadership is a responsibility, not a
Exactly,
title. So
exactly.
I remember that quote. See, many of the leaders think एक title होने के बाद I think the title and role is to, as you rightly said, leader has to lead the team, bring more leaders. That's the point that you emphasize. I completely agree with you on that, madam. What looking ahead, what legacy do you hope to leave as an empathetic leader or a mentor? And how do you envision your impact on future generation leaders? Because future generation leaders ka, the kind of people we are knowing is Gen X people, and they are quick to grab. They want to grab things quickly. They want to learn things quickly. What would be your advice to them, madam?
So first of all, I believe in creating leaders, Prem. I want my people to actually acquire those skills. I want to inspire a ripple effect of positive change and growth within these individuals who are working with me. I just hope to leave a legacy of empowerment where those I have mentored, they feel confident, they feel valued, and they feel equipped, then only they'll be able to actually pay it forward by nurturing the next generation of people under them, working for them. And I envision my impact on my future generations, on my people of leaders. I want to be a catalyst for more compassionate and inclusive approach to leadership, where people, show empathy, authenticity, and mentorship for their team members. And I just aim to set a precedent for leaders to prioritize people over profits. People are more important. If you value your people, profits will come automatically. If you foster a culture of trust and collaboration, diversity and equity, then naturally your people will work for you and your business will grow and you will gain money. So I just want to, I aspire to create a legacy of transformational effect where each individual that I have touched carries that legacy forward, learns those lessons, and gives those lessons to their future team members.
We have few uh, questions come up on chat, and I have Vandana Sachdev. I am bringing Vandana on to the dais for her question. Vandana, welcome to our podcast. Your question to Ruchi. Go ahead. Vandana, are you there? I think. Vandana, can you unmute yourself and ask the question, please? Okay. While she figures out how to. I have Radhika Bali, who's put up this is an amazing show, is amazing. This is amazing, is what she said. Then we have a LinkedIn user, which is on the platform saying managing your manager is one of the critical capabilities required in a corporate world. Treat your manager as a customer. Very important point. Madam, your view on it.
See, managers don't have to be managed frame actually. If again, I'll say, if you're honest towards your work, if you're passionate towards your work, your manager will actually value you. He will come to you saying thank you every day. I'm telling you, managers are always looking for people who become their right hand, who can be the leaders under them. हम भी इंसान होते, सारी चीजें हम नहीं एक साथ कर सकते. वी वांट पीपल हु कैन एक्चुअली हैंडल अवर थिंग्स. तो अगर आप अपने मैनेजर के लिए एक सपोर्ट हो, तो यू विल नेवर हैव टू मैनेज योर मैनेजर विल एक्चुअली बी मैनेजिंग यू कि भाई ये जाना नहीं चाहिए. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, very important point. I'll go back over time for a small example. Uh, I was working under one person when I started my career. His name is Naveen KB. So he is my first mentor, and he's been the mentor for a very long years now. Okay, last 25 years I've been consulting him on many things. The point what he said is, Prem, I've taken you. I started as a system admin. So he said, I've taken you as a system admin to look at my lab. I am there for you as support, but you should also do many of the things. You should be a solution where I can be a guide for you. So the kind of that's what I felt. That till that time I was saying, sir, ये कैसे करना है, वो कैसे करना है. Then he said, you have an opportunity. Figure it out by yourself. You can do a lot of things, but if you want support, I'm here to be as a mentor. So that's the kind of support that that guy gave me initially, and it's gone a long way. Okay, so मैनेजर को मैनेज करना मुश्किल बात नहीं है, unless you set the expectations. The rightly said Ruchi on that. The another question that I have is from another LinkedIn user.
Sir, you were saying my name also. I
Excellent.
just overheard because it was a network issue over here. Yeah. So,
Oh, let me finish this, Vandana. I will take this question and then
sure,
we'll
sure,
come to
sure,
you,
sir.
Vandana. Okay. Excellent tips on management team members in remote environment may sound trivial to face value, but these are building blocks for trust building. So this is one pointer that we have another uh, comment put on our current meeting comments. Vandana, over to you. Please raise up your question, please. Vandana. I think
Uh,
she is again forgot to unmute. Okay. Uh, Ina, in the closing words, or what would be your final wisdom to encourage? What would you like to share to our audience as they continue their own journeys as leaders and mentors?
so the only thing is that see, we are all humans, and कोई कहीं से शुरुआत करता है, कोई कहीं से करता है, वो अलग बात है. But at the end, we all want the same things, whether uh, we are starting our career or हम कोई भी एज के हो. The at the end, it's the happiness which matters. और हैप्पीनेस तभी हो सकती है जब ना सिर्फ आप खुद खुश हो बल्कि आपका एनवायरनमेंट भी खुशी से भरा हो. और खुशी से भरा हुआ एनवायरनमेंट तभी मिल सकता है व्हेन यू आर एम्पैथेटिक, व्हेन एवरीबॉडी अराउंड यू इज satisfied by the culture, by the behavior of other people around them, and by the whole environment which you are creating in your company. So if you are a leader, then be empathetic, and be understanding. Open communication होना चाहिए, and always try to build meaningful relationships with your people, with your employees, that will create a trust and a supportive environment in your company, और आप automatically as a company grow करने लगोगे.
We'll ask for another round. Vandana, if you can hear us,
I just
you can
received my
have your
answer,
question.
sir. I just received my answer, like how empathy, is important for any leader in the leadership while leading
Okay.
their team. So, ma'am just answered my question before I asked. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Great. Okay, Vandana. Madam, with this, we have our my pointers that I wanted to clarify on being a boss, becoming a mentor, and beyond. How you can become an empathetic leader journey is what we had as a topic. I would like to summarize is on the talk that we had is you will have to manage the teams which can try take kind of a risk, be open minded, they talk to you on a regular basis, seek feedback, give feedback, and feedback is a breakfast for champions. If you really look at, if people take feedback correctly and they work on it, I think they can achieve much more. The other pointer that you said is managing. Manager is very easy when you have your tasks clearly listed out and you have a clarity on what you're supposed to do and what is expected. That came out in as much detail as you should be an empathetic person when you speak to people, and people also should carry that kind of learning curve and make themselves. Nobody started from becoming a boss, everybody started from zero and then became a boss. So that's the pointer that you mentioned. Any final words that you want to say, Ruchi, to the audience?
बस खुशी खुशी काम करते हैं. अपनी खुशी अगर बढ़िया होगी तो everybody around us will be happy. If we are satisfied with ourselves, everybody around us will be happy, and as a company we'll grow because we'll have a culture where everyone will support each other, and everyone will become a catalyst in each other's growth.
Wonderful, madam. Thank you very much. With this, we would like to conclude our show for today. We have another podcast coming on Tuesday on 16th, which is on adversarial attacks and defense in machine language. This is from AWS. A leader from AWS is coming and sharing his knowledge. Please do join us on 16th at 6:30 p.m. On LinkedIn itself. The link will be shared in some time. Thank you very much, madam. With this, we will conclude. Thank you very much, Chief, for being part of our show.
Thank you for inviting me. Actually, thank
Welcome,
you.
madam.